This is a recording regarding initial decision, final decision on outcomes. I am first going to go to the account setup screen, so top right hand corner, account button settings. I'm then going to the undergraduate data manager. Then if we look at the dark blue columns here, these are all of the outcome columns. So we have the initial decision and the final decision. You'll see that both of those are turned on in your app tracker. They cannot be turned off. If I then scroll to the lower part of the same screen and look at the column for the app tracker view, each one of these tiles represents one of the data columns that is turned on in the app tracker. I can use this handle to move things around. I can click the X to turn off that data column. Again, I am in the settings menu, so this is all of my defaults. So you'll see final dark blue columns. There we go. We see final decision here. It should not be there. It should be right here, final decision. It should be initial decision, final decision. So as that way, I'm actually going to do this so that that stays that way for my new list. Now I'm going to close this. I'm going to go to a student list. There are 2 schools on this app tracker list. I have green columns that are the policy columns, purple columns that are the status columns, and then as the process is working itself through, I have these darker blue columns at the end of my app tracker so that I can record the initial decision, which you will see that accepted and denied are grayed out because an initial decision is usually a wait list, a deferred. They are putting the student in a holding pattern. And then you have a final decision here that does have the accepted, but then you can drill down into what type of accepted, if you'd like to keep that, or if you just want to choose accepted. And then of course there are other opportunities to record the final outcome. You can also do this, so you can do this while you're working through the app tracker, which is how I do it. However, you can also click the pencil to the left of the student's name. The screen slides down, and then you'll notice that there is a banner called Potential and Post Applications. All of the schools that are on the app tracker will also be listed here. You can also add schools to a prospective student using this banner. So you might wonder, why does it say potential and post? It's because we can grab schools quickly while we're interviewing a student and just add them here. But also, if you were picking up a student retroactively, maybe a graduate student, and you wanted to know the schools that they formally applied to and what the results were, you could grab that information here. At any rate, all of my students' app tracker schools are also listed here. So after all of the applications are submitted, my student might stop talking to me, and I still want to gather up the information from the student. So I could easily export this to Google Drive, and I could email the mom, the parents, and the student, and I could say, these are the schools that you applied to with just these columns, and if you could please just let me know what you've chosen for each one of these where there isn't information, and then I would then update my own records. Please let me know what your outcomes are. So you could do that, or you can, if you are just trying to record outcomes very quickly, you could also record the initial decision and the final decision very quickly right here. Or you could export it out and you could ask your students to enter in the information, and then you could bring that back here and transcribe it into your account so that that way it would all be reflective in your outcomes information. And your outcomes information reporting is being rebuilt. So in January 2026, we're going to see some new reporting and a new dashboard. But if you are then looking for your admissions outcome reporting, this is then where it would be. I hope that is helpful. Have a great day. Bye-bye.